George has got a poorly foot. Poor lamb. He's got to wear a shoe.
Yeah.
Basically, the pad's just worn down. He didn't get injured, but the pad got raw from the ice and the salt and stuff. So.
And then he's walking around, and anytime his pad hits the salted
Stinks.
ground, when there's ice like around this Sainsbury's here, he just trips over his own foot a lot. So we got him a shoe. A medical boot from the local Pets at Home.
He's worn through it, so it's not going to last.
Yeah, it's lasted like 3 days. It was 6 pounds, so you can't expect much, but I swear that thing should be better engineered.
So we're still in Kidderminster. We had a couple of days here. We're just moored outside the Sainsbury's, which is really convenient. And what do you know about Kidderminster?
Well, it's an interesting town. It centered the carpet industry for many, many years. That was kind of the whole reason for this place existing. Was the manufacture of woven carpeting. Sounds strange, but true. And in the 50s, it was actually a bit of a slight musical center. Turns out that Joe Cocker, when he did Top of the Pops in, I'm thinking 58 or 68. Anyway, one of the two, something like 8, because decades aren't all that important. He did Little Help with My Friends on Top of the Pops, and it was really a big deal. And
do you know what Top of the Pops is?
Yeah. I do know what Top of the Pops is. The interesting part of it was that, there was Joe Cocker at a pub there, and the guy whose name I have forgotten, unfortunately, who invented the penny post.
The penny post.
Yeah, the penny post. He's a big deal from here. It's kind of strange. He's got statues in 3 different places, and one of them is Kidderminster. And there's this marble statue sitting outside of the town hall with the dollop of pigeon doings on its forehead. He didn't really invent the penny post, but he sort of promoted it. Like it was something that somebody else, well, quite a few people had tried going back a very long time, at various attempts at doing cheap postal service, but he standardized it and promoted it and figured it out and got England to introduce the penny post, which lasted for a while. And that led to the introduction of the black, what was it?
Penny black.
Penny black. The penny black, the first printed postage stamp, sheets of which are worth absolutely insane amounts of money, but there's actually quite a few of them left because they printed a lot of them. And there's a pub here named the Penny Black, so yeah. So that's Kidderminster.
And the moorings were fine, like many places we were told, just go straight through, but that's fine here.
Yeah, I mean, it does have this one building that's in quite derelict condition, and it's sort of an abandoned.
Yeah, but the moorings on the on outside Sainsbury's.
Oh yeah, no, the moorings are great. The moorings are fine. I'd say the moorings are fine anywhere in town.
We did have some kids like on the front of the boat, and I was working yesterday, and I just looked up, and there was this face peering at me, and I really overreacted because it freaked me out. I did.
There's this little boy running down the path going, sorry!
It wasn't overreaction, but I didn't expect to see someone peering in my boat.
Yeah, on my bow. It was the first time I ever heard you sound like a London policeman, though.
It scared my...
Oi! It came out of nowhere, and I'm sitting across from him, and just, what the heck was that?
Did you not?
I expected you to be like, what have we here?
Did you not hear them get on the front of the boat?
No, I heard them rattling around out there, but it was just a bunch of kids acting silly.
Anyway, I think I gave him the fright of his life, but never mind.
Yeah. So he ran off with his poop in his pants.
Anyway,
I had some poop in my pants. It was terrifying.
George woke up. I didn't sleep last night because it was windy, and it's not that I can't sleep through the wind, it's that George can't sleep through the wind, and usually he just sleeps in the corner of the bed by my feet. But when it starts getting windy, he does this thing, you didn't see it, where he does this little commando.
He does the commando crawl. And then Joe starts to sort of move to try to give him room, which means I eventually get shoved right off the edge of the bed.
No, he was between us.
Yeah, no, he was between us at some point. I don't know. I slept through it.
It was annoying that he was doing it, but it was so cute that I didn't mind.
Yeah.
Because he's the cutest dog in the world.
He's so cute.
Anyway, in case you hadn't realised, it's bloody cold today. We are going to freeze. We've got 3 hours to do 4 locks.
Yeah.
Heading from Kidderminster to Kinver.
It's solidly wintry cold, with a chance of snow tomorrow, and basically we just want to be in the next place, so we don't want to stop in the middle. We want to get from here to Kinver. Even though
this would be a perfect place to get snowed in because you've got everything you need, we think Kinver will be fine too.
Yeah, and we've been here for too many days in a row. So.
It's time for an adventure.
Time to move on.
All right. Hey George, how's the boot? You still wearing your boot? Good boy. Good boy. Should we carry on? Should we carry on? Let's go. We're in the second lock of the day, which is Wolverley Lock. It's a very deep lock, and there's an overflow just before you come in, so Michael had to wrestle with that a bit. And George's shoe update, he's not wearing it anymore, it's come off. Got to the Cookley Tunnel. We've stopped so that Michael can go to Tesco's, and he's also going to go and say hello to the pony back there.
I'm afraid I don't have any food for you. Oh, I know you want food. Hi there. It's so cold I have gloves on inside the boat.
That's nothing, he's worn them to bed before.
That's true.
The fire's going. We probably should have left it, well, we didn't have it going this morning, which is why we didn't leave it going.
No, I had this beautiful plan where we'd get to the tunnel, and then you and George would get on, because there's like 2.5-3 miles from the tunnel, and then you'd be able to light the fire, and then by the time we arrived here, to be toasty warm on the inside, and I could step into a nice warm boat.
Me and George had a lovely walk instead.
Yeah, so I froze to death. Got attacked by a chicken.
You didn't get attacked by a chicken.
Pretty much. We came through a bridge just below Kinver, and there's this little house that's got like a little hobby farm type thing. And I'm honestly not sure what these birds are. They look kind of
turkey-ish.
Kind of turkey-ish, kind of pheasant-ish, but not quite either. One of them was on the bridge. I passed under the bridge, and all of a sudden there's a second going squawk, 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 squawk. This thing leaps off the bridge and does this kind of half flight, half fall, and thunks into the ground just by the side of the canal, and somehow, survives. And it just wanders off, kind of squabbling.
You missed the bit where you jumped out of your skin.
Oh yeah, no, I was like, Jesus! Because all of a sudden there's just this thing kind of there, vaguely looking like a dinosaur, squabbling at me. Like it was a surprise. Yeah, I met some nice horses and a little pony. He was coming up like, you got a sugar lump? Or maybe an apple? And then this male, a young male, he was just kind of like, apple! And he came up and just shoved the pony out of the way, right? And then this more sort of working horse was like, yeah, apple. Maybe apple. And he comes over and shoves the little one out of the way. And then they're all just like, well, he's got no apples. So they just sort of wander off. And then this female walked up. She just was like, oh, I'd like some pets, please.
Oh yeah, shoe update. It lasted half an hour and it's worn through now.
Yeah.
And we've got him inside. We're going to give him a quick hose down in the bath and have a look at it. We haven't not have him walk, but there's been no ice and no salt on the towpath, and I've tried to keep him on the muddy grass as much as possible. No one said it was going to rain today. We had various rain showers, but luckily they only lasted less than a minute. Then we had some hail showers.
The hailstorm was fun.
It's always in a lock, isn't it?
But it was a good day. Retracing our steps, we've gotten to Kinver. We've got instructions for Samsons Cave, which we didn't visit last time. Didn't even know about last time.
I was up for going this afternoon, but Michael was like, no, we're going to sit by the fire. Well, that's only logical.
She was like, I'm thinking maybe we moor up and we take a walk up to this cave, and I'm just like, yeah, that sounds crazy. I don't know what you're talking about.
So we're not doing that today. Debdale Loch is my new favourite loch.
That is beautiful there. This is all a really nice bit of countryside.
Yeah.
I like this stretch.
It's not just that it's beautiful, it's that it's interesting. There's lots of interesting features around there.
There's all the sandstone and just hills, and then little bits of fields of grass that's just tall enough that the wind's blowing it around and you get that wavy effect on the wind.
And some wooded area and some nice little cottages. And that cottage by Debdale Loch has got the weir in the garden, which I just find the funniest thing.
It's just overall some of the prettiest canal. I just really like it here.
And it's Sunday, so of course there's all the bikers and dog walkers out, which is always really nice.
Yeah.
So a couple of days here, do you think, or you want to move tomorrow?
No. At least one.
If not 2 whole days.
At least one, if not 2 full days.
And a trip to Samsons Cave. So this morning we walked up to Samsons Cave following the direction of one of our lovely viewers that told us how to get here and find it, and I'm really glad we did.
Yeah, it was kind of like we'd head up here and we didn't know exactly what we'd find.
So basically there's a National Trust site not far from here as well that have got some restored caves or rock houses.
Kinver Edge and the Holy Austin rock houses.
So yeah, the National Trust rock houses are closed till mid-February, so we decided to walk up here instead, although you can go there out of season and have a look.
It's just that the rock houses, at least the ones that have been restored, aren't actually accessible to walk through, so you can just sort of see them from the outside. George is vanishing with Joe. George is taking Joe. Right, so the rock houses. They were inhabited for quite a long time. Human beings have lived in caves for most of our existence. It's called troglodytism or troglodytes. Troglodyte housing in England apparently ended as late as the 1950s. People were staying in the rock houses at Holy Austin up until the mid-1950s. They were certainly commonly inhabited in the Victorian area. So we have no idea when this one, which is apparently called Samsons Cave, was inhabited, but from the looks of it, it was probably up until relatively recently, because there's still quite a bit of plaster on the walls, a large number of layers of plaster, so somebody was actively keeping it up. It's really quite fascinating. There's a plasterwork layer with a kind of an ecru color and a gray and a pink, and then there's this brick here that must be more recent. In fact, that might be biological, that green. There's a brick hearth for their chimney, which was actually bored through the roof, so the chimney went through the roof and allowed them to heat the cave, although caves are interesting, and the reason why they're so commonly lived in for such a very long time is because they keep themselves naturally warm in the winter and naturally cool in the summer, so they're kind of a ideal place in a lot of ways. Hooks for pots and God knows what else, but there would have been a kitchen, there would have been troglodytes. Not pan troglodytes, those are chimpanzees, but troglodytes nonetheless. So thanks for watching. Hit like if you feel like it. Subscribe if you want to. Hit the bell if you'd like notifications. And comment if there's anything that we've done silly or wrong.
George, sit down like a good boy. He's got a shoe on.
Keep your eye on the camera. I do know what Top of the Pops is. I'd heard of it. It's like the top of the UK charts, which means the bottom of the American charts. And except for during a brief moment in the 1960s, and I suppose slightly around Oasis.
Let's go.
Has George pooped?
It's dude.
Has dude pooped?
Why did you call him dude?
Because the dude abides. I am frozen solid. My fingers are actually like.
Let me feel. Sorry.
That's what I was telling you. They're painful.
They're warm. They may feel cold, but you have got heat.
Yeah, but I got like frostbitten type painful cold.
Michael is not one who likes exaggeration. Wow, that look. That look. And a trip to Samsons Cave, which we'll do now. No, in the video. I'm not saying we'll go now. I'm saying that for the people watching at home, we'll now cut.
You'll now see a cut to Samsons Cave. And then after that, we'll come back and say,
Michael
so thanks for watching. Click the comment, like the bell, subscribe the thingy.
No, come on, do a proper one.
Okay. And comment if there's anything that we've done silly or wrong. Like, make fun of me. Seek a divorce. Sort of thing. Oh, but you hurt my feelings by talking about my painful fingers as if I'm exaggerating.
It's nearly our 3-year anniversary.
I know, and I'm not
If you want to
exaggerating.
make it to 3, don't say the D word.
Are we overexposed?
No, you're pretty good.
Alright.
It's a pretty nice picture, actually. So basically, there's also a National Trust
I've
site.
got a tree poking me in the head. There we go.
Still poking in the head.
Yeah, but it's not as annoying. Ow! Now it's more annoying.
Is that worse?
Yeah, well, tickles. Okay. Hi, George. Oh, yeah.
George, on the way home, we'll go and throw the ball. You just sit there quietly like a good boy.
He's not going to sit there quietly. Okay, now I think we're overexposed again. My forehead is. Definitely. And drag down a bunch. There you go. Yeah, it's a really interesting place. There are quite a few bugs that seem to have made it their home, and they are flying up my nostrils. So that should be the end of this 2 minutes.